I'm the one and only disembodied floating head, or DEF. And today's true gem of cinema is 1990's Troll 2. Troll 2 is a dramatic horror film about the Waits family, who plans to trade places with a family from the small town of Nilbog as a means of escaping big city life. The young son Joshua is warned by his deceased grandfather that Nilbog is dangerous. The family soon learns that Nilbog is the kingdom of the goblins, a vile vegetarian race of creatures that feed unsuspecting humans a concoction that turns them into half plants, half humans, and then they feast on them. The Waits family must fight to get out of Nilbog alive. This movie was directed by Claudio Fragasso, who also wrote Shocking Dark. The film that's original title was Terminator 2, but should not be confused with Terminator 2 Judgment Day and is not affiliated with the Terminator series at all. Let's see what the people are saying about this movie. Wes Middleton gives it 5 stars, calling it truly incomprehensible and impressively homoerotic. C.D. Waugh gives it 1/2 of a star, saying, "They did not have to make the dad that attractive, though." This movie has an average of 2.2 stars on Letterboxd and 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's get into the top 10 moments of today's true gem of cinema. To start the film, Ghost Grandpa Seth reads Joshua's story about a boy who had a run-in with goblins, who are able to shapeshift into any form that they would like. The goblin that the boy in the story encounters transforms itself into a lovely girl. Gem fact: this makeup look was inspired by the makeup of adults who play children on Mexican telenovelas. On their way to Nilbog, Joshua's sister Holly and their dad get into a big argument. Their mom wants a peaceful holiday, but these two just won't stop arguing. She pleads with Joshua,
"Joshua, start singing. Come on, sing that song I like so much."
Soon, the whole family is singing her favorite song.
Life is but a dream.
Parents, try this handy trick next time you want to stop a fight on your family road trip. Also along for this road trip, unbeknownst to Holly, is Holly's boyfriend and his boys. Holly's boyfriend promised his boys that Nilbog is filled with single, unattached women.
Lots of them free and unattached. Yeah! Yeah!
So when Arnold sees a real live woman for the first time in Nilbog, he gives chase, ready to mate. This woman has been running away from goblins, so she asks Arnold the very prudent question,
Who are you? Are you one of the monsters?
Arnold replies, eager to pass this test and prove he is a worthy mate.
Very human. You want to see?
Gem fact: according to goblin lore, male goblins have human-like penises, so Arnold wasn't really going to be able to prove anything. Unfortunately, Arnold is captured by the queen of the goblins and is tricked into drinking the human-to-plant potion. Once his transformation progresses far enough, we realize he is Groot. This detail solidifies this movie as an official part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As the one and only disembodied floating head, I pride myself in being timeless. So it is an honor when a character in a movie pays homage to me. In this movie, Grandpa Seth himself poses as a disembodied floating head, showing respect via the sincerest form of flattery. When Joshua and his family find themselves in a house filled with goblins, Joshua is the only one who realizes the true danger they're in. Thankfully, Grandpa Seth appears from beyond the grave to teach Joshua a lesson that he should have taught him a long time ago. A lesson that all grandfathers should teach their grandsons. How to throw a Molotov cocktail. When the Waits family initially gets to Nilbog, they find a meal all prepared and ready for them to eat. Grandpa Seth warns Joshua that the meal is covered in the human-to-plant concoction and that he must stop his family from eating it at all costs. To help with this, Grandpa Seth stops time for 30 seconds, and Joshua knows just what he has to do.
I must do it. I must do it.
Gem fact: the boy playing Joshua drank 2 gallons of water to prepare for filming this scene. But they cut all of the footage where he actually pees on the food and his family because his pee was so clear that it looked fake. At the climax of the movie, Joshua has infiltrated the Queen of the Goblins' lair, but things look dire for him. The Goblin Queen has him cornered and is about to force him to drink the vile human-to-plant concoction. Little does she know, Joshua has a trick up his sleeve.
A double-decker bologna sandwich!
Gem fact: the recipe for a double-decker bologna sandwich calls for 2 entire packages of bologna, thus the double-decker. While Troll 2 is revered for its deep and meaningful plot, it is also a masterclass in acting. Let's take these 3 stunning performances for example.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Gem fact: this is the only film that Meryl Streep has ever seen, and she cites it as her, quote, only source of inspiration. Once the rest of the boys have left, Brent finds himself the last man in the RV. He is singled out and seduced by the Queen of the Goblins using her secret weapon, a cob of corn. And when things get a little too hot, Gem fact: in Nebraska, there's a special name for this type of media. They call it cornography. And that was Troll 2. Subscribe to find more true gems of cinema.